Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'm in my virtual lab and I'm trying to install Windows 11 using the local account. As some of you probably already know, Microsoft has started to block or prevent some of the ways that you can still install the local account, but few of the options are still working. So I would like to go through each of these options and hopefully it can be helpful for you when you are installing Windows with local account. So let's start. So first thing I'm going to do is Shift F10 and I'm going to disable my internet. So in your case it can be Wi-Fi or Ethernet cable, so depending on your scenario on your desktop or laptop, make sure that you disconnect your internet. So on your laptop might be function key F2 or F12, or check if you have a airplane key. And if you're on your desktop, also like if you have an Ethernet cable, just unplug it, or if it's like a Wi-Fi card that is already inside your desktop of your computer case, then we can use one of these methods as well that I'll just be showing you right now. So first thing, I'm going to use Device Manager. So dev mgmt.msc. Press enter and Device Manager will open. So here I need to find the network adapter right here. And I'll double click and this is my network card. Now I'll do the right click and here you can see disable device. So let's do that. Now it's gonna pop up that this device will stop functioning, but we are gonna disable it, so let's click yes. Okay, now you can see perhaps the small black arrow pointing down, and this is the sign that this device has been disabled. Now when this is disabled, I'm gonna close this, and here I'm gonna write OBE and bypass NRO. This will restart my device, so let's just wait for a few moments. I might pause the video until the screen comes up again. Okay, so the device is restarting and we are now at the regions section. So let's just go quickly through this. So I'm just gonna go yes. For the keyword, yes, it can be. I'm gonna skip the additional keyword layout. Okay, and on this point you can see, let's connect you to a network. So since I've disabled the internet, it's asking me to connect again or install driver, but right here on the bottom I see I don't have internet, so let's click that. And here we go. Now we can use the local account. Now you can just type your local account name, password, and those security questions, but I have confirmed that this option, at least for me, bypass NRO, is still working. So I'm gonna go to the next example. I'm just gonna use the snapshot, and I'm going back to the previous menu, and I'm gonna continue with a different approach. So now that I have confirmed that bypass NRO is still working, at least in my case, I want to use a different approach, and this one would be kind of like a direct local account command. So let's go through that too. I'm gonna use Shift again plus F10, and here I'm gonna write the next command. So this command should, when I click enter, should right away give a pop-up menu to actually use the local account or create the local account. So let's see. And this one still works, even though this particular command is already in Microsoft Insider program being disabled. So I'm not sure when will they stop, when it will stop working, but probably I would say maybe in the next edition of Windows 1126H1, I believe. But for now, this option still works. So you can, of course, put your name and then again password. Okay. Click next, and then there's again the security questions, but this option still works. Okay, I'm gonna move to the next one. Now for this next option, I will say it's probably the easiest one or the simplest to actually do to get the local account. So instead of using setup for personal use, I'm gonna use setup for work or school, and I'm gonna go next. As here it still asks to sign in with Microsoft Online account, but right below is sign in options. So I'm gonna choose that, and I'm gonna select domain join. And here it is. It's asking me to enter my username. So this will also give you a local account. So when you finish installing the Windows, it will you'll be in the work group, of course, because you're not joining the domain. You just selected that option, and that option, when you select join domain instead, it kind of gives you to create a local account. So this option also works great. I'm going to show you one other way that we can do this. So in this example, I'm going to again choose set up for personal use. It's gonna check for updates, but okay. And right here, I can just again do Shift plus F10. And now I'm gonna just type reg edit, and it will open the registry editor. Now in the registry editor, I'll have to go to local machine, software. On the software, I'm gonna use Microsoft. Then I'll go down to Windows. Under Windows, we'll choose current version. And under current version, we need to find the OB. And here it is. Now, I'm gonna right click, select new, dword 32-bit. And here I need to type exactly like this, so it's case sensitive. So hide online account screens. Let's remove this a little bit on the side. So hide online account screens. Double click. We can leave hexadecimal and we need to put the value 1. Press OK. And now we can close this and also close the command prompt. And now let's just click on sign in. And now it still shows Microsoft Online account, but we'll go back with this arrow. And here we go. Again, we can create a local account. Password. Yeah, and again, we're here at security questions that lead to installation with the local account. So that was one other example that is working. One other useful tool I could recommend for creating your local account is Rufus. So you just plug in your USB, it will automatically recognize it. And if you downloaded the ISO, you can here click select, choose your ISO where you saved it, and it opens up, it loads up. And if you haven't downloaded the Windows ISO, there's an option here that you can choose download, and it will give you option to choose a version. So you will choose Windows 11, continue. It will ask you which release, and this is the latest 25H2, so you click next, and it will guide you to Windows 11 Home Pro Education Edition, and just go continue, and it will download for you the ISO image. But since I've downloaded mine, I'll just, I have selected it, so here everything is automatically filled. So you don't really have to touch anything here, except maybe if you want, you can change the volume label to, I don't know, Win11 or whichever name you want. And here we'll go to start. And here on start, for creating the local account through installation, you will choose this option. So you'll choose remove requirements for online Microsoft account. Below that, you can notice that it says create a local account with username. You could do that as well, I guess, but if you want to follow that Windows installation and manually type there inside the installation, you will use this one here, remove requirements for an online Microsoft account, and you will click OK, and then it will pop up a warning that that data on your USB device will be erased, destroyed. So make sure that your USB drive is empty, or if you have anything there, make sure that you that you save your documents, images, whatever it is. Then you click OK, and okay, this is warning from my drive, but it will just start preparing the USB drive for bootable Windows. And when that is done, you can boot from USB, and you will be presented with the installation, and then you just select a local account. It won't ask for a Microsoft Online account. Another tool I want to show you is called NT-Lite. And what this tool does is actually it modifies the Windows ISO. So first you need to load the ISO into the program, and then you can modify different settings. So let me walk you through this and see how we can actually enable the local account, and we're gonna disable the Microsoft Online account. So first thing on top left, we go to Add, and we select image, and this is where you select your Windows ISO, where you download it, and depending on which folder or drive, so you just select your Windows ISO, and here we see many different editions. So I'm gonna select Pro version, and I'm gonna right click and choose load. Now this will ask me where to save the temporary cached version, but I have already made my directory, so you can go here and configure and just to choose where you want to save the working kind of directory for this ISO. So I'm just gonna select OK, and actually I'm gonna pause the video now because this probably might take a few minutes, and when it's done I'll be back. Okay, so now that the image is loaded, and you will notice here a green color, and that means that now we can modify. We can actually modify this image. And to do that, we'll go under configure. We're going to choose settings. And now here, we'll go under system. And under system, we should find, oh, here it is, local user account setup support. And this I'm gonna actually put to enable, and Microsoft account right beneath that is Microsoft account, and I'm gonna choose actually users. I'm gonna choose this option. Users can add or log on with Microsoft account. And if I go here, actually you can see all the options: default, allowed, users can add Microsoft account, and I choose this last one. So after you done that, so basically you only change two options. So local account is enabled and Microsoft account is disabled. After you done that, you just go here to apply on the left, in the middle left, under finish, apply. And here you select create ISO. Now when you do that, it will ask you how to save this. So you just choose any name you want, whichever name you prefer. On the label, doesn't really matter. You can leave as is, or if you want, you can change it, but it doesn't really matter. And now the only thing you should be aware of is that we selected the Pro version. So this will only modify or change that Pro version. So if we go back here, all the other versions, if you, for example, sometime later want to install home version or education, you will be again presented with a Microsoft Online account. But the Pro version will have a local account enabled by default. So this is one of the ways that you can modify this. So on the apply, everything else you can leave as is, and you will just click on the top left, that green button that says process, and this will notify about Windows Defender, but you don't have to disable it. You just choose no, and apply, you will select yes, and this will start making your new ISO with the Pro version that has set a local account as active and Microsoft account, online account, is disabled. Now I'm gonna click here no, because I'm not gonna be doing this. So I'm gonna click here on reset to be back on, to remove all the configurations I configured and to start from beginning again. So this was the first option. The second option, you can do this, is again going to under configure, but select unattended. Now when you do this, you will go on the top left and you will click here enable. When you do this, you can actually under here, so we are going under final installation options. So OB final installation options here, and out of the box experience, and then we are actually selecting skip local account setup. So here we're going to choose false. So we don't want to skip local account, we want the local account. But right under that is skip online account setup for Microsoft accounts. So this one we're going to choose true. So we're going to skip Microsoft account, but we're going to put false to skip local account, which means that the local account will show up, but Microsoft online account won't be presented. And after we've done that, so this is the difference. If you go on top here where it says copy to boot image, you can select this, and you can also select this one, prompt edition selection. Now what this does is actually kind of copies this rule, this file. It will be an intended.xml file, and it will actually present it to all the other images. So this option will cover all other images. So the home edition, the pro, the educational, the workstation, all the images will have local account. So we can go here again to apply, and here again we need to select create ISO. We select the name, whichever name we want to. Then again the label can stay as is, or if you prefer you can change it. And here you can also kind of like remove editions if you prefer. But if you want to leave them all, they will all have the local account, even though we selected at the beginning the pro version. Using the just a moment, using the copy to boot image and prop edition selection, it kind of makes all other editions to have the local account. And again, when that is done, you can go here, select process. Windows Defender will again show up. You can just select no, you don't have to disable it, and start applying. You select yes, and it will create the new ISO image for your Windows. And when the image is created, you boot this version of Windows, and through the installation it will ask you for the local account. Okay, that was it for this video. I hope that I was able to show you some new different ways that you can create the local account, and I hope it was helpful. And I want to thank you for watching.